What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am bringing you guys a video that I have seen requested on other people's channel, and they haven't really had an answer, but I feel like I have an answer for you guys, so I wanted to kind of bring it to you. And as you can see by the title, it is a kind of brush off, if you will, between Wayne Goss and Sonia G brushes. If I was smart and I planned ahead, I would have already pulled out all my brushes from both brands of my collection. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that really quickly, and then we'll just get right into it. Okay, so I think I have all of the brushes from both lines that I currently have in my collection. It's a lot. So these are all of my Wayne Goss brushes, and these are all of my Sonia G brushes. Don't mind my ashy hands, they're not really ashy, it's the lighting. So let's just break down. What I'm going to do is break down each brush, tell you kind of how I use it, if I like it or not, and then at the end I will be kind of giving you guys an overall review on each brand to tell you guys which brand I think is best for who and how I best like to apply each brand or use each brand. So the brush that I've had the longest from Wayne Goss is the Wayne Goss 00 brush, and I got this on the recommendation of Stephanie Nicole, and she said that this is a great bronzer brush. I do agree with her. It is a beautiful bronzer brush. I really do enjoy it. It's extremely soft. It does shed once in a while, not too often though. And yeah, I think it's ingenious brush. I really do enjoy it. It does have a slight tip to it, so that allows you to kind of target the bronzer slightly, but also the very loose fibers or follicles allows it to easily be brushed across and just kind of blended into your skin easily. Next, I have a bunch of Wayne Goss eye brushes. Eye brushes are the things that I really go in on the most because I use a lot of crazy colors, and you don't want to use the same brush over and over again. One of my favorite brushes from his line to date is the number 16. I'm just going to kind of put them on my forehead or in that area so you guys can see. It is the more fluffy blending brush. I like to use this to start off my eye work and really my crease work. I really enjoy this brush. I think it is very good. I believe all of Wayne Goss's are goat hair, and if they're white, they're undyed goat hair. If they're white, then they're undyed goat hair, and I believe these two black ones are dark dyed goat hair. If I'm wrong, I will have them on the screen so you guys can see. The other brushes that I got the basic eye collection, which is these four. I believe it's 5. I just can't find the 5th brush. And this one right here is the number 19. This one right here, okay, we're just not okay. This one right here is the number 19. This one right here is the number 20. This one is the number 17. And then the last undyed I have is this one right here, which is another 19. I have 2 19s. I must have bought one in the set and then one before, because otherwise that doesn't make sense. Okay, anyways, next I have 2 dyed goat haired brushes. This one is the number 04. Okay, we're just not gonna cooperate. This one's the 04, and then this one is the 03. When you purchase Wayne Goss brushes, a lot of his brushes, especially the eye brushes, I find, let me back up. I find that all of Wayne Goss brushes come to some form of point at the end. Whether it's very severe or not varies on the brush number, but all of them come to some form of a point, which can be good or can be bad. Focus. So the fact that they come to a point can be good and it can be bad. It can be good if you have hooded eyes and you really want to be precise into where you blend it, but it can be bad if you're like just trying to get the product everywhere over your eye and it's only sticking in one area. The only brush that isn't really pointed at all is this brush right here. It's the 20 brush and it's pretty curved. If my camera will focus, you can see that it's pretty curved. It's not as pointy as per se the number 19, which there are the two. The one on my left is pointed and the one on my right is more curved, and you guys can see those right there. So overall, Wayne Goss brushes are pointed in nature. Now let's go to the Sonia G brushes, which I have a lot more of her brushes. I got complete lines from her. So the first complete line that I got from her was the Face Pro brushes. And I love them. Just like everybody said, the only brush I'm not necessarily yay or nay about is the fan brush. I don't really like fan brushes. I've used it. I've gotten some use out of it. It's cool. It applies my highlighter fine, whatever. But I'm not like dancing in the sunshine for it. But these four brushes I really do enjoy. This is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer brush. And it's pretty big. Like it really, if you want, you could use it actually as a blush brush too, because it will encapsulate your cheekbones. But I love it for bronzer. This I like to use for like detailed setting anywhere, or even just initial crease work. It's a really good big fluffy brush. And that one, I'm not even saying the names. This one is a Detail Pro. This Big Daddy is the Face Pro. Okay, then the next one I wanted to talk about was this one right here. It is the Innoji Pro. I don't know. I use this to set under my eye. It has a point that allows it to go straight under your eye, and just, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then the last one that she has is the Cheek Pro, and I actually like to use this as my blush brush. So overall, very, very good face brows, very good face set, and I would recommend them. Her brushes are extremely soft, very beautiful. I have gotten some fallout, not fallout, I have gotten some shedding, particularly with this brush. Honestly, all the other brushes not so much, but this brush, which is the one I can't pronounce, this one has shedded a lot. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyways, I enjoy all of these. I believe these two are dyed goat hair. These two are both a combination of dyed and undyed goat hair, and this one is just undyed goat hair. Once again, if I'm wrong, it will be on the screen. And then I also went ahead and purchased some eye brushes from Sonia G. So I've gotten not only her Eye Pro set, which I adore. I actually used it today. Beautiful, nice and soft, as I remember her other brushes to be, and nice. But I also got two of her original brushes, which is the Worker Pro and the Builder one. And so yeah, Sonia G, her brushes has two lines in them. She has the pro line, and then she just has her basic line. Her basic line, the biggest difference between these two lines are the handle shape and the shape of the brushes, but really the handle shape. The bigger butts are her more basic line, and the smaller butt is her more pro line. Her more basic line is going to have more extravagant, weird, or different heads, whereas her pro line is going to be more, can we focus like accurately? Whereas her pro line is going to be more normal or widely used shapes for heads. And I like that she did that, not only so that she could get more people who are willing to try her brand, but it also just gives people like a comfort zone. Like, oh, I know that I like this brush head, I'm gonna go get this one. Because especially because she's not sold in store, it's really nice that she did that. So as you can see, I've definitely purchased more Sonia G brushes than I have Wayne Goss, and it is for the simple fact that I prefer Sonia G brushes for me personally. I highly prefer her eye brushes because they're not always so pointed, and I find that all of Wayne Goss's brushes are extremely pointed, and they don't diffuse the eyeshadow necessarily as much as I'd want in some cases. So let me give this for an example. Now this dyed goat hair brush right now, which is the Blender Pro, I used it today in my crease, and as you can see, it is, oh, come on, as you can see, it is pointed, but when I go to blend it, it blends a little bit more effortlessly than, let's say, a Wayne Goss brush, which these are pretty much the same size brush, just a little bit, or same shape brush. I just find that my Wayne Goss brushes, they're a little bit stiffer, and not in a bad way, because like you definitely get to diffuse the product, which is nice, but my Sonia G brushes are just overall softer, so even though they're pointed, they diffuse the product easier and quicker than my Wayne Goss brushes. I find that there's not a huge difference between the amount of eyeshadow that they pick up. I feel like they both pick up a similar amount of product. And just, yeah, overall, I must say I do prefer Sonia G brushes. And I think if you are like me and you like soft brushes, you like luxury brushes, you like interesting shapes to brushes, like this is an interesting shape. This one is the Worker Pro, and it's good for putting down the lid color, but you can also blend with this because it is blend worthy. So overall, I just prefer Sonia G's line because it's softer in my opinion, you can blend better with it, and a lot more of her brushes are multifunctional or multi-useful. Whereas the Wayne Goss brushes, it's more one size fits all. So I'm not mad that I have these Wayne Goss brushes, and I'm definitely not mad I have these Sonia G brushes. And I might go ahead and pick up one or two more face brushes. I know I want Wayne Goss's holiday brush. It reminds me of this Hakuhodo brush that I purchased after the fact, and this is the J6056. It's a very airy, fluffy brush, and it only applies very little product, so I haven't really used it. I might use it to what's it called, to blot. I think this might be a nice blotting brush, but I'm going on a tangent. Overall, if I had to say which brush brand do I prefer, it would definitely be Sonia G. If you prefer more precise brushes, smaller brushes, brushes that can really get into your crease and do some really nice crease work, then I would say definitely go for Wayne Goss. But I don't need that right now. Right now I'm doing really blown out looks, not necessarily intricate work looks, so Sonia G is where it's at for me right now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really quick, hopefully to the point video, just kind of chatting about different brush brands that I think a lot of people always want to know, who should I go to? And I hope this has kind of been somewhat eye-opening. If you have an opinion on these brushes, if you have an opinion on something else that I forgot to bring up, like maybe the price is something that really decides for you which one you're going to venture into. They're both kind of luxury, so they're both pretty much around the same price, but I would love to hear your opinions. I would love to hear other brushes that you think are comparable to any and all of the brushes that I've talked about in this video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and as always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.